What's happening, guys? It's Grisno here, and welcome to another installment of Kit Up, my weekly Battlefield series where you guys pick the weapons and setups you want to see, then I do a little review and give you my thoughts on it. I didn't have many suggestions last week, so I just want to remind you guys to keep them coming. I know a lot of you have commented numerous times and I haven't used one of your suggestions yet. I just want to say sorry. I'm trying to accommodate everyone, so please don't think I'm like ignoring you or anything, because that's definitely not my intention. So please keep those suggestions coming, because without you guys, this series just isn't as fun. So what are we doing this week? Well, this week we have a suggestion from Fabian, I'm not sure, Stahlberg, and he says, why not do a DMR vid? Why not Zoidberg? So I'm running with the support class, an RFB in my hands with the angled grip, an ACOG 4X scope, green laser sight and a suppressor for the attachments, a 93R with a laser, muzzle brake, and mini RDS on my hip, C4, and ammo. I was supposed to be using the perimeter defense perk, not 100% sure I was, I'm sorry if I wasn't, and I think I was using the Box Cutter Pro ACB 90 for my knife. And now it's stat time. The RFB has a maximum damage of 45 and a minimum damage of 38. Pretty standard stuff amongst the DMRs. The SKS and the QBU being the only ones that do less damage. It fires at a rate of 260 rounds per minute and it has a magazine capacity of 20 rounds plus 1 in the chamber for 21 total. Reload times are 3.2 seconds when empty and 2.5 seconds with a round still in the chamber. So bullet velocity is where the RFB really suffers, having the second worst speed at only 460 meters per second, and this is what makes the RFB difficult to use, especially when you slap a suppressor on it. 290 meters per second is the bullet velocity you will enjoy, or loathe rather, when using this guy with the suppressor, and I gotta tell ya, it makes it really tough to hit moving targets when the bullet velocity is that low. You really have to lead targets quite a bit if you have any hope of hitting those shots. It's not impossible though, and it is pretty gratifying when you do take someone out who is sprinting. The second downside to this weapon is its hard recoil and bullet spread multiplier. There were numerous occasions where it looked like I was aiming right at the guy, but none of my shots were landing because I think I was firing too fast. Once you start spamming that trigger, it can have a pretty damaging effect to your accuracy with the RFB. It's exactly like using the MK11. You have to slow down your rate of fire if you want your shots to land. It has a 2x multiplier for first shot recoil, so once you start adding more shots onto that, the bullet deviation just gets worse and worse. So I guess what I'm trying to say is save that trigger spam for when you have to like hip fire someone who's all up in your face all of a sudden, which you definitely can do with this weapon with the help of the laser sight. The ACOG optic is perfect for a DMR. It definitely is my favorite of all the 4X optics, but you can really run with whichever one you like the most. Scopes on DMRs are a must in my eyes because, why else would you choose a DMR if not for long range engagements? You're really not going to be that effective in close quarters with this weapon, so running iron sights or a short range optic isn't really the best scenario in my opinion. That's not to say that the short range optics are useless now. Certainly there are some advantages to using a short range optic, but I think it's mostly going to depend on the map and what kind of environment you'll be fighting in. I think of lockers or metro obviously would be good maps to use a short range optic on a DMR in, but I just find the 4X optics are the way to go if you're going to use a DMR because you really can snipe people who are at long range with these weapons, so having the zoom definitely obviously helps a lot. The angled grip is great on the RFB because, as I mentioned before, this thing kicks pretty hard, so any reduction you can make to that first shot recoil multiplier definitely going to help you out. But again, if you spam that trigger, you're going to have a bad time, okay? I really found that waiting that extra split second, that's all it takes is a split second between shots, that really helped me land more shots and get more kills while using the RFB. rather than when I first started with it and I was just trying to get as many shots at a guy as I possibly could in as little time as possible. That caused way too much deviation in my shots. I just wasn't getting the kill most of the time. A lot of kill assists, but not a lot of kills. And that's another thing about this weapon, is it's a kill assist machine. If you need kill assist ribbons for some assignment, use a suppressed RFB for a few rounds and you'll have no trouble. Ah yes, the Suppressor. I almost forgot to crap on you too. Yeah, I really did not like the Suppressor on this weapon. I mean, it does keep you off the minimap, but I don't find it gives you all that much of an advantage if you encounter a group of enemies. You'll get the first guy for sure, no doubt about that. But I think the sound of the DMR's firing still gives away your position sometimes, even with a Suppressor on it. I think the sound gives away the direction you're shooting from, and then most of the times the enemies just sort of look in that direction and spam Q if they're smart, and pick you out right away. If you're using a DMR and you encounter a group of enemies, as long as you change your position slightly after each kill or shot volley, you can get away without using a suppressor. As for the rest of the kit, I love having my Box Cutter Pro back, although there are no knife kills in this video. I was trying to use the DMR to my advantage and sort of stay at range most of the time, so there really wasn't much opportunity for any knife kills. But the 93R did come in handy quite a few times in close quarters. You can definitely drop a guy with this sidearm pretty easily, and I find it's more advantageous to use the 93R in close quarters over trying to hipfire the RFB. Definitely save that as a last-ditch effort if you get surprised or something. C4 and ammo, you know I love it, guys. I don't even have to say anything. Overall, I can't say I had a super awesome time using this kit. There are definitely a lot of frustrating moments, but in the end I'd say it's not all doom and gloom when it comes to the RFB. It's half decent, I guess, but I definitely think there are much better choices out there. I personally love the MK11, and some of my friends swear by the Scar H SV or the Ace 52 SV, so most definitely there are some better choices out there for you. But if you want to try this puppy out, my best advice would be just to slow down that trigger finger and really take your time. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching, and thank you for all your continued support. I can't say enough how happy it makes me that you guys enjoy watching these videos. Make sure you leave a comment though on this video telling me what you would like to see me use next week. I can't do it without you guys, so come on. And yeah, once again, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video or found it helpful at all, please leave it a like on your way out. My name is Grisno, and I'm going to leave you with a couple bonus clips here, and I'll see you all very soon. Peace.